Mary, Queen of Scots, also known as Mary Stuart, was outside her castle in Edinburgh. The year was 1561 and Mary had just returned as a widow from France, as her husband Francis, King Francis of France, had recently died. Mary was meeting with her ladies outside the castle. They wanted to know the gossip about who Mary would marry next. "I have my eye on someone at the castle, actually," exclaimed Mary. The ladies all began to ask at the same time.
Who, do tell us?
But Mary refused. Inside the castle by herself, Mary became sad when thinking about Francis, her husband who had died. She'd never loved him, as they had been forced to wed for the French and Scottish alliance, but she still missed him as a friend. As she was crying, her good friend Angus approached her and comforted her. It was Angus she had her eye on.
"Hey, how are you, Mary? I know this must be hard for you, so I made you a cake."
Mary couldn't keep the smile off her face. "You made me this?" Angus smiled and replied,
"Yes, I hate seeing you upset. I know you didn't love him, but this still must be hard."
Mary smiled up at him. "You're too kind to me, Angus." Mary stood up feeling a lot better. Angus and her had been friends since they were little. It didn't matter to them what social class they were, or that they lived in very different worlds.
"Come on, Mary, let's go and do something to cheer you up before I have to get back to the kitchen."
Angus cheered. "Let's play hide and seek," Mary shouted with excitement. "Just like we did when we were younger."
"You get your ladies and I'll get some of my fellow maids and we can all play."
"It's a deal," Mary smirked. "Ladies," Mary grinned excitedly, "we're going to play hide and seek with the maids. Come on."
With the maids? You cannot be serious.
Ailey gasped. "What is that supposed to mean, Ailey?" Mary looked at Ailey with utter disgust. "You know some of my best friends at this castle are maids." Ailey looked down feeling guilty and ashamed.
I'm sorry, Mary, I didn't mean it like that. I was just surprised, that's all.
"Okay, good. Let's go," Mary said angrily. She didn't like it when anyone disrespected the maids, especially because they were her friends. On the way down the stairs, Mary apologised for snapping at Ailey, and the two of them made up. Back in the grand hall, everyone was starting to gather for the game.
"Okay, everyone go and hide and I will count to 100 and then I'll come find you. On your marks, get set, go."
With that command, the whole room was empty in seconds, leaving Angus alone. When time was up, Angus began searching. He wanted to find Mary, so they could be together alone, because he had a secret he had to tell her. He had fallen in love with her. Angus found some of the maids and sent them back, but he still couldn't find Mary. After some time, Angus thought he heard Mary's voice, so he crept up on her and listened in. Mary was talking to Ailey about Angus. "He made me a cake," she said cheerfully. "He really made my day." It was windy outside, so Angus gasped as he listened in, as he thought Mary had said, "He made me a cake. But I can't, he's just a maid." Angus walked away, and after the game, Mary asked why he hadn't found them.
"I heard you call me just a maid, Mary."
Angus cried.
"How could you say that about me? And I was about to tell you how I feel about you. I'm so stupid."
Mary couldn't speak, but just looked at him in disbelief. "Angus," Mary smiled up at him, "I said you had made my day, because you made me a cake. I didn't say you were just a maid. You know I don't think that of you. I care about you a lot."
"Oh,"
Angus said as he looked down, embarrassed. "So, you're about to tell me how you feel," Mary smirked.
"That's a story for another day."
Angus laughed. And with that, the two parted. The mix-up of maid and maid put behind them. A few weeks later, in the maids' quarters, Mary and Angus were baking together. "Look, maid," Mary said jokingly, "I've made you some bread."
We can't joke about that yet, Mary.
Angus smirked.
I know the difference in the two words now.
"So, would you know what it meant if I had said, for example, I had made you my knight?" Shocked, Angus stared at Mary in disbelief. As the years passed by, the question of who Mary would marry next was eventually answered, as she ended up marrying her cousin. However, Angus always stood by her side as her knight and best friend. He also went on to, ironically, marry Ailey, Mary's lady. He never got the two words mixed up ever again. The end.